Mark P. Otten back with you. All right, this is a video to show you the how to get a frequency distribution and a histogram in R. So this is very exciting. All right, so first I'm going to import my data set. So this is just a small sample example from the SPSS data. You might have seen my video on using the fitness variable and the relaxation variable in SPSS. So I'm importing that. If you're getting stuck at the importing data stage, there's a previous video introducing you to R that maybe went through this part a little bit more slowly, but I am importing this data from SPSS. It is saved as an SPSS file and it is now in R. And as always with these little things, importing data, if you get stuck at any point here, just let me know. Email me, talk to me, we can sort it out. All right, so the data is imported and I'm going to create a new script here to get a frequency distribution first. So here's my R script blank file. I'm going to copy paste in what we need here from what I've saved here, some code. So let me do that for the frequency distribution. This is my first line of code. It is the table command suggests frequency table. Example data is the name of my data set. So if your data set is called something else, which it probably is, you would take example data here and rename it according to your data file. The $sign is telling R, hey, I'm about to name a variable. And then my first variable is fitness current or FIT underscore CRNT. So that's the name of the first variable. So I'm going to highlight that and run it. And it's going to give me this little frequency distribution down here. It's not very fancy looking, but the first row is the number 1. The second row is there are 2 of them. And that's the first column there. Second column, first row, the number 2. Second row, 2. There's 2 2s. There's 2 3s. There's 3 4s. There's 5 5s, and so on. Let me do this for the other variable here. So I'm just going to copy paste the same line of code, and the other variable is called RLX22. That's the relaxation variable, RLX22. Highlight that and run that, and it's going to give you a similar chart. This one is smaller because it's a 1 to 4 scale. So there's 6 1s, 3 2s, 5 3s, and 4 4s on this one. And there's also a missing data value, by the way. So there's only 18 instead of 19 values there. Okay, so those are your frequency distributions. In SPSS, the chart looks a little better, a little fancier. But anyway, it's there. R is doing it for us. And then we're going to get a histogram, and this is where R might exceed SPSS's capabilities. I don't know. You be the judge. So I'm going to install a package, and I hit install there, and it's called ggpub R. That's for graphing. And so I'm going to install that, and it's going to take a minute. We're going to watch R do its thing here. Oh, okay, it's done. It might take first time I installed that package, took a little longer on the uptake. But anyway, all right. So I'm going to also select ggpub R here, which is now installed. It's ready to graph for us. So I'm going to grab some code again for a histogram. So copy paste that in over here. All right. And I can explain a little bit through this line. GG histogram is the command. Example data is again the name of my data set. And then X, R is requesting us to define what we're putting on the X-axis, what we're histogramming, what we're graphing. So this is the name of the first variable again, FIT underscore CRNT. So whatever variable you want to graph, you're going to type that in there. And then bins equals 10. Bins is the number of bars that we want in the histogram. And now we have control. We can get one that has however many bars we want, however many separations in the histogram that we want. So I chose 10 here by default because there's 10 categories, there's 10 response options. It's on a scale of 1 to 10. I could select something else if I wanted. I don't know. We can play around with it. But I'm going to highlight this and hit run. And it's going to give me a cool looking histogram. Look at this. Yeah. Again, 5 is the most popular value here for this first variable. Let me do the other one while we're at it. So go over to my example data here again and do one more line, one more histogram for the other variable, the relaxation one. This one is, you need to change the name of the variable, keep everything else the same, RLX22. But we don't want 10 bins because this was a scale of 1 to 4. So I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 bins. That's, again, number of bars in the histogram. Highlight, click run, and there's your histogram for this one. So you can mess around with the number of bars that you want there. That's cool. I think there's also other options to kind of change the look of this, but I mean, I don't know. I'm not like the greatest R expert in the world. I know a lot more about SPSS, but this is pretty cool, being able to graph these things and mess around with the settings a little bit. So I hope you enjoy.